Hey everybody, Bandit here from Model Railroad Talk. Just want to jump on here and do a quick video. Really not any huge updates on the railroad right now. About the only thing I've done is if you see along through here, I've kind of put a coat of paint. It's just like an initial coat of paint. That only runs, let's go down here, I'll show you. That only runs about to this corner. Let's do this. You can see I've got cardboard down there. I've got to do another layer of cardboard there to get it built up for my scrap mill or scrap steel, whatever you want to call it, scrap processing facility. Yes, I'm dirty. I just got home from work. I'm a full-time mechanic, and unfortunately, we're not in AC, so yeah. But I want to get a video out to you guys. I want to thank everybody for all the follows and likes and the comments. I appreciate it. And thank you for those that have gone and looked up my podcast, Model Railroad Talk. We're the one with the BNSF logo on it. Something simple, or BNSF locomotive. But anyways, there was a comment today. I'm not offended. I mean, it was a good question asking about the grade of my track that's going. If you can see here, the grade of my track that's going up to the second level. Yes, it is a very steep grade. I've calculated that at. It's kind of crazy, but I've calculated at about 7%. Unfortunately, with the space I have and with what I'm doing for the second level, I really don't have the extra room to. Basically, it boils down to either I raise up my grade and have the fewer curves, if you will, in it, which we all know adding curves, especially on a grade, it adds more restriction. I could have had a lower grade, but I would have had, in order for me to get a less percentage of a grade, I would have had to add curves, like around the corners and stuff. So it was kind of one way or another. But I've figured out that with 3 6-axle locomotives, I can pull, depending on the car and the weights of the cars, I can pull about 20 to 25 cars max. But that's about max. But that is, yes, that will be used in operation. But my plan is, once it's all said and done, and I have my second level done, that's only going to be used in a sense twice in an operating session. I'm going to have one train that takes off from Egermart Yard, which is on the lower level, which is the yard that you can see right over here. That will take it up to Montana Yard, which I'm not 100% sure where it's at. I'm going to be at yet, which will be on the second level, and then of course going down that'll be fine. But then I'll have one train in a sense take cars that are going from Montana Yard to Egermart Yard. In a sense somewhere in the operating session, probably towards the end. But that's all that's going to be. And depending on the cars, how many cars are going to be going to each location, well, I should say going up to Montana, will determine whether I run 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, locomotives. But I'm also in the stage of, I've rethought out what I was going to do for this, for my lower level. So now I'm kind of on hold until I get some measurements taken and get some planning done. Because what originally I was going to do, I'll turn around here. You can see back here in the corner here, it was originally going to loop back around. That's why you see 2 tracks right there. I was gonna put a loop in there, and then it would take off to go up. And but like I stated before, back here, that curve would have been way too tight for me to put another track on the inside. So I'm actually going to take both of these main lines right here, and they're going to end up into one, and then I'm actually going to have it go around. I'll have a lift I'm going to make a lift bridge or whatever you want to call it. So, so the lower level you don't have to duck under. The upper level, it's going to be high enough up that you're going to duck under, but it's basically going to be, for argument's sake, it's going to be like a C, a distorted C, when it's all said and done, with the oval track. Basically, my goal is to be able to run point-to-point operations, but I'm going to have tracks to where I can, if somebody comes over or I do a showing of my railroad, I can have a train running on the bottom continuously and one up top continuously, just to show. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I'm getting a message, but hey, good notification sound, right? So anyways, I just want to jump on here. Thank you, everybody, for all your likes and or what do you call it? Subscriptions, or not subscriptions, but following us. Really appreciate it. We're getting up there. I mean, right now, ultimately, when I started the TikTok, it was, to get out the name of the podcast, Model Railroad Talk. But with what I've seen, it growing even here on TikTok is awesome. Something we're thinking about doing is possibly doing a TikTok live, or when we're able to do live, I should say. Record do a live when we're able to, once we hit that goal of at least the beginning, at least starting out a small part of our podcast when we're recording it. So we're looking into that. There's a lot of logistics to all that. So I do know once we do hit 1,000 subscribers, I believe, based on one of my friends, Noodles, if you happen to watch this, thanks to you. I think it's after you hit 1,000, you can actually do an actual live or something more than, I don't know. I'm still all new to this. So, but anyways, reach out to us if you have any questions. You can either reach out to us through here. You can email us at modelrailroadtalk@gmail.com, or you can go to our website, www.modelrailroadtalk.com. Thank you, everybody, for all the likes and comments and adding as friends, or whatever you want to call it on here. I'm not begging for you to share this, but my goal, my target right now is at least to hit 500, and then eventually maybe 1,000. So once we hit some of those milestones, we'll see what's going on there. So thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay safe and keep it on the tracks.